Hello there, welcome. It's your Wisconsin wine guy. It's Merlot month. Oh, Merlot, Merlot, how I love thee. Let's go. Hey, there's Wisconsin wine guy, and if you're joining me now, it is Wine Wednesday. It is October 1st, which means this is the 2025 season of Merlot month. Hey, wow, you know what? I'm always asked, over and over again, what's your favorite wine? What's your favorite wine? My response is always, maybe you should ask me, what's my favorite grape? And I'm going to tell you, hands down, it's going to be Merlot. Now, for those who were Merlot drinkers once upon a time, and you moved away and you started drinking something else, trying this wine, that wine, hey, I applaud you. But come on back, baby. Come on back and drink some Merlot. You've been missing out. There's a lot of fantastic Merlots out there. Some would say, Merlot's as good as fruity, or some would say Merlot's is sweet. But you know what? There's some Merlots that can rival any top Cabernet. You just have to find the right one. And I always take Merlot and put it into like 3 different categories. We have like our soft, fruity, easy drinking Merlot. We have our category 2, which is going to be medium body, subtle complexities, very nice solid Merlot. Then we have our top tier Merlots, and those Merlots are going to be those that are going to rival some of those Cabernets. Very complex, very dense, very rich. The kind of Merlots that you can lay down and just nurture it over years, right? And so I did try some of those. I shared some of those with you, and I shared some of the more recent or early vintage Merlots over the past couple of years. And this is not going to be any different when it comes to Merlot month. It's Merlot month, baby, and I'm going all in. I got my tubes here. Corkscrew, Haley's Corker. You got to have the Haley's Corker because I don't finish a whole bottle of wine these days. And check this out. If you haven't gotten your Haley's Corker, I encourage you to go check it out. It has a screen in there, so for some of your old wines to filter out some of that sediment, but I still brought my net. I got my mini decanter here, decanter vessel. So I'm gonna taste the wine 2 ways. I'm gonna taste it decanted, and I'm gonna taste it straight from the bottle. And we're gonna see how it's gonna play. Now, our first wine during this Wine Wednesday in Merlot month will be the coming from one of the oldest wineries in California and the first winery in California. We're talking about, that's it, Buena Vista. Buena Vista been around since the 1800s, was it 1849? They've been around for a long time. Augusta Harasi, the founder of the wine drinking scene or wine making scene in California. So this was a limited edition Merlot from Buena Vista, Raison d'Etre, meaning, what is that? Reason for being. What a perfect name for Merlot. Raison d'Etre, reason for being. My reason for being is drinking Merlot. What's yours? So this is going to be a 2017 vintage from Buena Vista. Now, for those who follow wine or the wine world closely, Buena Vista is now owned by a private owner or company owned by a brand named Boise Wines, okay? Now, if you've been following me, you know I did some business with Boise Wines over the years. I used to represent their wines. Oh my God, that smells so good. Ooh, baby, that smells good. Look at that cork, okay? This has been laying down since I bought it, so let's get back to it. We get back to that, just smell. It took me off my game because it smells so good. Ooh, let's set that right here. So now, back to the wine. So Boise is a wine that's a brand that purchased wines, some of the top wineries in California, like Raymond Vineyard, Buena Vista, even from Australia, Wattle Creek. But its origins are from France, Jean Charles. So this is one of their brands. 2017, again, was a limited vintage that they produced. And if you recall, 2017 was one of the biggest wildfires in wine country, okay? And so when I originally first had this wine, it tastes a little smoky, wasn't bad. Nice but a little smoky. And I was curious how I was going to rest over some time. So we're now 8 years on this. This is 2017. Alcohol on this, if I can find it. Oh, there it is. Alcohol, 14.5%. Here's the thing with me and Merlot. If it's a good Merlot and I opened it, sometimes I'm sad. I may not. Okay. There's no sediment. I didn't break the cork. So that's a plus here on this one. All right, that's a good thing. So no sediment on this one here. Let's put that heated cork again. Oh, that smells good. That smells real good. So again, the sad part for me when it comes to Merlot month is when I open up my Merlots, and if it's a fantastic Merlot, what I've been sitting on for quite some time, I'm so sad because that's probably the last bottle of that particular Merlot. And since this was a limited edition, this is probably the last bottle of this Merlot. So here's our decanted. It's going to be, let's put it like this. Our decanted is going to be on the right side of the wine bottle, and our regular is going to be on the left side. And I'm going to try the decanted one first, okay? So get that as a nice little swirl. Man, I always look forward to this Merlot month. In fact, before I started shooting videos, I was celebrating Merlots in October, and all of a sudden it became a craze, and people are still discovering, Merlot month. And that's why I made it my personal mission to bring them back to Merlot. So let's get a nose. You know how to do it. I'm going to smell both of these, decanted, non-decanted, beautiful color. Now this is aged in French oak, and there may be a little bit of Cabernet Franc and a little bit of Cabernet blended here. I don't really recall, but it's predominantly Merlot. Wow, that nose smells good. Wow. Ooh, wow, nice plum, tart cherry, spice like cinnamon here. Cinnamon, allspice. Wow, that smells really good. And a little plum on the finish. Very, very ripe. This is 8 years old. I feel like I'm gonna feel sad already that I probably could have went longer on this one, huh? Now here is the non-decanted one. Oh wow, what a difference. What a difference between these two. Decanted is very lively, very open. Ooh, all the fruit comes through. The non-decanted is kind of stuffy. Okay, it's been sitting in the bottle for 8 years, and it tells when you just pour it straight here. Slowly starting to open up, slowly. So it's more brighter nose here, darker nose over here. How different is that? So fruit comes through, like all the abundance of fruit. Oh, there's a little bit of tobacco smoke on the finish on that nose. Whereas here, it's kind of like, restricted. It's aroma. But it's there, but it's more dark fruit, more dark plummy fruit here with spice notes. Wow, what a difference when you decant versus non-decanting. And I like doing that when I do these Merlots, so to give you that opinion coming both ways, especially on the aged wine, one that's been sitting down. If you've been following me, I had opened some wines that are like 20 years old, 25 years old, and I tasted decant and non-decant, both red and white. It's amazing how different they are. So, two-step process. What's that first step? Acidity. Let's test for the acidity. If there's no acidity, we know that this didn't go too well. Then on the second sip, we're going to taste for its quality and its time spent in this bottle. It's Merlot month, y'all. Now, elements. Make sure it has to have the good elements. Good fruit, good acidity, subtle complexities, good tannins. That's going to help it age and hopefully come into good balance. Good coloring after 8 years, though. It still has a nice vibrancy to it, like a reddish burgundy, a reddish ruby color to it. Good coloring. It's only 8 years old. Here we go. Again, it's only 8 years old, so it has very, very good acidity. Very good acidity. This is literally the last bottle. Now let's go into the non-decanted. Wow. Again, acidity signs, how different they are. Tannins on both are moderate, so good tannin structure. It's not making my inner lip stick to my gums, but it has good structure to it. Now for the taste. Taste here. Okay, just like on the nose, it's more deep. Dark fruit comes first, plummy nose, instead of spice. Here, it's more brighter fruits up front with the dark fruit in the background. Both taste pretty good. Decanted and non-decanted. I'm gonna say it again. It's only 8 years old, right? 14% alcohol. I'm not feeling it. Okay, I'm sure I'm gonna feel it if I finish this bottle, but I'm not feeling it right now. All right, I'm gonna put this Merlot right now. It's cool. It's at a cool temperature. I should have brought I forgot my infrared thermometer temperature gauge, so I can test what the temperature was. So, but on taste and on touch, it's at a cool temperature right now. Oh wow. I have to say, I like it both ways. In fact, I'm gonna go further to say, I'd much rather have it non-decanted. You saw there's no sediment. I mean, very, very light sediment. This could have sat down, laid down even longer. But I like it better non-decanted because as it sits in the glass and aerates, it begins to evolve to what this is. We just sped the process up here, but now it just slowly evolves. It starts off dark, you know, and dense and rich, and now it slowly begins to balance itself out as it aerates in the glass. So I'm going to put this Merlot in that mid category. Oh, it is dry. Okay, finish is dry. I'm going to put this in that second tier category. All right, not quite going to the top tier, but in that second tier. But it's very, very delicious. It's a shame a bit to find this. And Buena Vista does still make Merlot. Coming from the Alexander Valley. This is coming from the northern part of Sonoma, this particular area, the vineyards there. But you can still purchase some Merlot from Buena Vista on their website, through the Boise Collection website. You can find the Buena Vista Merlot. I believe it's Alexander Valley from Buena Vista. So there you have it. We're kicking off Merlot month 2025 with the Buena Vista 2017 Merlot. Reason for being. My reason for being is Merlot. There you have it. It's Wisconsin Wine Guy saying, as always, let your palate be the guide when selecting your Merlot. I have more to come. Get ready. I'm coming. We're doing it. Raise your Merlot glasses. Cheers.